We'll call the meeting to order. We'll turn it over for the flag salute to ROTC.
Color guard, attention, present, arms.
I pledge allegiance to the
To the
flag
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms.
Open Public Meetings Act.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was forwarded to the official township newspapers, posted on the bulletin board and township website on January 8, 2021. This meeting is being videotaped and will be on Channel 9.
Roll call.
Mr. Doyle?
Here.
Mr. Deegan?
Here.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Here.
Mrs. Flame?
Here.
Mayor Bruno?
Here. Right now, we're going to do the proclamation for the Delsey ROTC. Would you like to come up?
Colonel Flood.
Sir, to introduce you, this is our Cadet Battalion Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Littlehouse. This is our Cadet Command Sergeant Major, Cadet Command Sergeant Major Brad Run.
Okay, proclamation honoring and commending Delsey, the junior ROTC, the Crusader Battalion. Whereas the Township of Franklin is blessed to have a talented, brilliant, selfless group living in the community. Whereas the Crusader Battalion is one of the cornerstones of the Community Day. The Crusader Battalion volunteered over 500 hours of our Community Day, and they plan, problem solve, and manage the workforce of many that day. Without this group and their time, we could not staff Community Day. The can-do attitude that flows from the students, leaders, and administration is the key to the success of the day. Whereas the Crusader Battalion are an example of what is good in our township. They're always ready and willing to answer the call for service. They put others first to strive to be leaders in the community. And furthermore, this group is the true definition of what a Delsey student looks like. The committee is honored to have such a wonderful group of young men and women. We, the Township of Franklin Committee and the Township of Franklin Recreation Committee, thank each one of you for your time and service. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Franklin, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, that the Township hereby honors Delsey JROTC, the Crusader Battalion, for their outstanding achievement. Committee, Deputy Mayor Dave Deegan, Mary Pesh Wilson, Timothy Doyle, Heather Flame, and Mayor John Gray.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I would first off, on behalf of the Cadet Corps and the other cadre, including Sergeant Myers, our new instructor at the school, just joined us here in mid-August. I want to thank you first off for being here tonight. I want to also thank you for the opportunity to help out with Franklinville Day. That's a tradition that was started a long time ago by an Army instructor who is still associated with the program, First Sergeant Ed Walls. He's still around helping us out. I would also like to publicly thank the Delsey Regional School District leadership, Dr. Gradner, for all the support that she and the district and the administrators at the high school have given this program, not just since I've been there. I've been here since 2014, but going back to when the program began in 1995. I want to introduce a couple of our cadets that came here tonight because these are some of the cadets that the mayor was talking about. If you would please stand, cadets. This is Cadet Corporal Logan Finelli. Face the crowd. He's a second-year cadet. This is Cadet Victoria Tyron. She is going to be taking a test on rank tomorrow because we were trying to identify ranks right before we started the ceremony. This is Cadet Lucas DeArmas. He is a third-year student called a LET 3. This is Cadet Asha Parker. She is our Cadet Battalion Command Sergeant, as you were, Battalion XO, meaning she is second in command of the unit. This is Cadet First Sergeant Angela Trout. She is one of our senior cadet NCOs, or cadet non-commissioned officers. She helps to lead what we would call Alpha Company which is our period 1 class of approximately 35 students. This is Cadet Maggie Mansdorfer. She's Cadet First Lieutenant. She's part of our staff. And she was out there not only working at Franklinville Day, but helping capture pictures and video for us for our records as well. Last but not least, this is Cadet Billy Bramble. He is also a Cadet Sergeant First Class. He is one of our platoon sergeants in Cadet Trout's company, which is first period. And he does a lot. All of the cadets you see here tonight have been involved some way, shape, or form for anywhere from a month and a half to, where are we at? 4 years. 4 years, okay? And I would tell you, thank you very much for this, and you do have a lot to be proud of with the students inside the program, because they really do represent the best of the community and the best of Delson Regional High School. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it.
Colonel Flood?
Cadets, come forward, please.
Colonel Flood, how many students do you have in the program?
Sir, this time we have approximately 120 students in our program, sir.
120.
Out of a population of approximately 1,050 in the high school.
So that's 10%?
We're about 12.5 to 13%, yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir, that's good.
It's really good. Mary wasn't in it.
I know. Jake just said, well, you're a big
Okay,
disappointment.
shorter cadets in the front, taller cadets in the back.
Need the electric company.
How about this end?
Slide it back.
Oh, I know. I think I'm blonde.
Yeah, I probably would.
There you go, yes.
Mary, you want to photobomb them?
I know, right? 20 years. You know what?
Maggie, move to the back. There you go. Move back up front. There you go. Okay.
Cheese.
Thank you, sir. Understood. Yes, sir. That's got to get home. They have a quiz with me first period. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you again, sir. Pleasure. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
sir.
you.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
All right, cadets.
Yeah.
We'll take a couple minutes while they get their stuff together.
Isn't it neat?
I know. I wish I could. I tried to down there and she told me what
Pardon?
Probably the same answer your parents got.
Good night.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks.
Good night, thank you.
Thank you again.
Good night, thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Before you leave, so I'll set it up.
Go ahead, you got time.
Sinuses. I've been on antibiotic, I promise. That's why I even brought my mask. It's the sinuses.
Look at that Joe going around kissing all the
Oh,
kids.
there's that handsome
Joe, you
man.
get everybody?
Wait, I didn't get
There you go.
one.
Whoa, you already got one.
Hey, hey, what did
This is
that
what
mean?
makes you look good, John. Or Jake.
John.
What's his
See you, Tinker.
What's his face?
See you, Tinker.
It just doesn't fit, John.
Yeah.
What's his face?
Yes.
Take care, guys. Great job.
See you, Joe. Thank
See you,
you.
Mr. Franklinville.
He's way nicer than you are.
Mary, is that your dad out here calling you?
Yep, yeah, whatever. I think he just gave me the finger.
I gave you two of them. All right, could you get a motion for the first public portion for resolutions and ordinances below?
I make a motion that we open the first public portion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Don't make eye contact, Brian, I'll call on you. Can I get a motion to close the first public portion for resolutions and ordinances below?
I make a motion that we close the first public portion.
Can I get a motion to approve, oh, I'm sorry, all in favor?
All right.
Wait a second now.
Mary, I'm
I'm
shocked you're
gonna
here.
second.
Motion to approve correspondence and reports.
I make a motion that we approve the correspondence and reports.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the minutes from October 12th, 2021.
I make a motion that we, I have to abstain, but I make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have to abstain, I wasn't here.
I'm abstaining except for the one portion of the bond ordinance.
One
Oh, yeah.
portion of the telephone
I
call.
was on a bus,
Phoned you
17
in.
girls.
Can I get a motion to approve the bill list?
I make a motion that we approve the bill list.
I'm gonna second, but I need to excuse myself from the
Yeah,
Franklin
you got-
alarm
definitely
line.
do.
See, Meg may not be able to talk.
You saw this.
I did say that. Make sure it's paid in
Barb?
full, all right?
Mr.
We don't
Doyle?
take payment plans.
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes, with the exclusion there.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Go to resolutions. Can I get a motion to approve Resolution R 16421, granting junkyard license within the Township of Franklin?
And Barb, they're all caught up and everything.
Yes.
Okay. What's a, I make a motion that we approve R 16421.
A second?
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve R 16521, authorizing the tax collector and chief financial officer to grant tax exemption for a totally disabled veteran?
I make a motion that we approve R 16521.
Second?
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve R 16621, authorizing the tax collector and chief financial officer to refund overpayment of taxes?
I make a motion that we approve R 16621.
Second? It is not.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve R 16721, authorizing the sale of surplus real property by public auction?
I make a motion that we approve R 16721.
Second?
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve R 16821, approving Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse fiscal grant cycle July 2020 to June 2025?
Make a motion that we approve R 16821.
Second?
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to introduce the following ordinance? Public hearing will be on December 14th, 2021. The ordinance will be O-1421, amending and replacing Chapter 178, entitled Certificate of Occupancy Transfer of the Code of the Township of Franklin.
Make a motion that we introduce ordinance number O 1421.
Second?
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Deegan?
Yes.
Mrs. Pesh Wilson?
Yes.
Mrs. Flame?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to open the second public portion for any comments?
I make a motion that we open the second public portion.
Second?
All those.
Hold on. All those in favor? Maybe I didn't want her coming up here.
Come in anyway.
No, we got to
Good
approve it.
evening, Sandy.
Hello, Cynthia Parker, 124 Roosevelt. I'm just coming up here to let you all know, I know Mr. Doyle and Ms. Flame, you got a copy of the email hopefully from the Unity Committee. December 11th of this year, the Unity Committee, Franklin Township Police Department, and the Newfield Terrace Community Center have partnered with Walmart in Williamstown. We're going to be hosting the first, hopefully annual, Shop with a Cop. I have packets for everybody up there and to view. It's a donor letter, basically a tentative schedule for the day, and a volunteer form if anybody's inclined to volunteer or donate.
How about getting on the list?
Yeah. So basically, this event is for children in our community that are the most at need. What will happen is we're fundraising, trying to receive donations. So each kid will get $100 to spend at Walmart that day. They'll be partnered with a police officer, whether it be Franklin Township. I know Chief Zimmer's been doing a great job reaching out to other local agencies, Clayton PD, Elk, Monroe, and some other agencies. We're going to try to partner to make it a little bit larger. The goal is we're going to host it at Newfield Terrace Community Center. Hopefully we'll be giving the kids breakfast. From there, they'll be partnered with their officers. We'll be taking them in a parade-type fashion from the community center to the Walmart in Williamstown, obviously because it's a straight run, so we don't have a lot of busy highways. So it'll be a really good day for the kids. It should be very rewarding for the officers as well. We'll go to Walmart. We met with Walmart yesterday, myself and Chief Zimmer, and they were beyond excited to be hosting this as well. They're actually going to kind of set up a winter wonderland for the kids, have a room set off for Santa and everything else. So we are looking for volunteers. We're going to start advertising it starting November 1st, obviously get through Halloween and everything, but we wanted to give you the packet and let you know that we're doing this.
How many kids do you?
We're hoping to sponsor 50. If we don't get 50 this year, you know, the goal is that hopefully over the years it will grow. Egg Harbor Township Police Athletic League, they've been doing this for the past 12 years. They're up to 150 kids at this point. So, you know, however many kids we get, I know we have quite a few families in need in town. So between our town, again, if Clayton and Elk and other agencies, surrounding agencies participate, obviously Monroe, we don't want to leave them out since Williamstown's in their area. That would be rude. So we're looking at cap of 50 for this year, but if we get to that, so we'll see.
Great. I like to volunteer and donate, so if you want to mark me
Whoa,
down.
whoa, wait, what'd
I
you
will
say?
And
give
I'd
you,
like to
Donate.
donate Jake's money.
wonderful. So here's the packet.
Mary's gonna donate.
Shoplifting will be its lowest on that day with all those cops in the store.
That'd be great. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is an excellent idea.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Wonderful.
Can I get a motion to close the second public
I love
portion?
that. I was thinking of somebody else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, first meeting.
It's all right.
This is the,
Yep.
Hi, Donna Vespi, 1430 Fry's Mill.
How are you?
I'm Michael Vole from Grace Ann Drive, at the very bottom of the township.
We're both representatives of Franklinville Ball Hockey. We started the organization in 2020 after Rich Daubenspec reached out to me and said, hey, we have a rink. We'd like for you to start something here. I've been involved for various organizations for the past 26 years. I've been a coach, been a representative on various boards throughout South Jersey, won U.S. Nationals as a coach, and coached approximately about 500 kids over the course of the years. I am president of the organization, founder. We started the organization, as I said, last year. We started with 37 kids. We are now at 107 kids in 2 years. In our first year, we have won both travel tournaments that we participated in, and we are the current reigning Beaver A, which is 10 to 12-year-old JSHA champions, which is a local championship here. So one of the reasons we came today is that we grew the organization, but now we're running into some challenges with the rink. And for example, we had somebody fall off the back of the bleachers this year because it didn't have the safety, the 2x4s in there to stop people from falling. Of course, we're insured, but it's a safety risk. We've also run into several other issues where the rink itself, when it was built, there's some challenges. It's not level. We basically get Franklinville Lake #2, and basically we're not allowed to, not that we're not allowed, but we will not play on it. We can't for safety reasons. Our age groups are 3 to 16 years old. And we also do accommodate special needs children in our Learn to Play program. So we start literally from 3 years old when they're walking around as toddlers, and granted they're swatting at flies with their hockey sticks. Also, we do currently have a coach that's on Team USA and 2 players that are on Team USA. So again, getting to my point is that we went around the rink with Miss Petch Wilson. And with Mr. Snodgrass, I'm just drawing, and Eddie actually, when he was alive, and went through everything. So what we have done on our own, with basically no money, is that we revamped the snack stand, basically went in there, because when roller hockey left, they basically just cut and ran. We bought all brand new equipment, but the money we raised last year. So the money that we did raise, just so you know, every dime that we make is going back into the kids and back into the organization. And last year, we literally closed out with $38.45 in our account. So now that we're coming to the township, Mike, who's our vice president, he's the person that knows more about building and everything that needs to be happening. So just to give you a little bit of a background, in this area, there are local towns, Gloucester Township, Monroe, Egg Harbor, Marlton, Belmar, West Deptford, that have these types of programs. And in order for us to continue to attract people, not just continue to grow in our town, but to attract the players, we do need to do some major well, I say major improvements. To me, they're major, but safety improvements. So I will let Mike go ahead and tell you exactly what that is.
Well, my name's Mike Bowl. Just for open disclosure, I'm also a police officer, so Chief, I'm in your town, but nice to meet you. I don't know if my agency will get involved in that, but that would be awesome if we could. As far as the rink is concerned, I'm a parent first, right? So I got involved a few years back, 4 years ago to be exact, with my son. Met Donna, and with this organization, you know, I watched it grow very quick. Just 1 year, doubling in size plus is pretty huge, right? We started in Monroe Township and made our way here because it's in town, and it's got a lot of potential. One thing that really is good about the rink we do have is, and when Ms. Pesh Wilson was with us the other day, the boards that were bought for it and some of the infrastructure that was built for it originally is better than any of the rinks around. We have really a great framework for the rink that we have. The biggest problem we have is that surface. And I know that's been brought up, and apparently it was a known thing at one point. It looks good until it rains. You know, it looks good until it rains and it gets cold, and it becomes ice. And we don't have an ice hockey team out there.
No.
But there are some general safety concerns we brought up to Ms. Pesh Wilson. We
Yes.
gave her a list of things. They're the first and foremost things we're worried about, the safety things, right? The bleachers, they're not good. The sheds that we have out there, they're hazards in the sense that they're falling apart. Kids can break into them. If you look at some of them now, there's holes in the sides of them, the roofs are falling in. So we're working on, you know, trying to come up with just, not just a punch list of things that we need to try to work out as an organization with the township's help, hopefully, but also maybe a wish list for the future. Because to be competitive with these other leagues, which are like our sister programs, we need to make the advancements, you know, to get like a better surface. Just to give you guys an example, if you're not familiar with ball hockey, I just grabbed a snap of this. When you go to other towns, you'll see something like this. This is what a deck hockey rink looks like. You have a bunch of these little 12 by 12 tiles.
So that's what it looks like. Okay.
That's what it looks like. They snap together. This is something for the future, right? It's not cheap, and right now it's really not cheap. Just to give you a roundabout number example, Gloucester Township just did their third rink of this, and I think they did the blue rink 2 years ago.
The blue rink 2 years ago. Keep in mind, it was concrete, and quite frankly, when they built the rink here, it should have been concrete, not asphalt. Again, I've been a part of building several of them, so again, it is what it is. We had what we had, and we built the organization. So I know you're sitting down for this. So the blue rink was $60,000, and that was with basically lifting the boards, which that's another one of the challenges that we have. The new rink that they're doing is $90,000.
So just a couple of years, because of supply and demand and things, it's gone up 50% in cost. Now, I would hope at some point that goes back down a bit, so that's why it's a future thing, right? But we can't even do that until the surface itself is not just level, but drains. Because it's wavy, and the boards were set right on the asphalt and then painted, it's literally sealed around the outside. So the only way we get water off of it is literally with like a vacuum type machine. Yeah, we're sucking it off and moving it off. So it takes a couple hours before each game if it's rained. So tomorrow we're gonna have to do that.
And that machine was donated, correct, to you guys?
Yeah.
And I know it's constantly
That's
being repaired.
Relatively, it's like a flooring machine
Correct.
for
It's
if you're cleaning the floor in a school, sucking the
Supermarket
water
or
up.
whatever.
it's
Yeah.
always kind of being fixed
So-
to keep it going.
What we're looking at is, like one thing that Donna mentioned is raising of the boards. So if we're looking at, say, 2 or 3 years down the road, maybe a deck surface, you have to raise your boards. So if we have to do that, when we hopefully get the surface redone at some point, we're ahead of the game for down the road when we're gonna do that, instead of incurring that cost all at one time. because you have to have drainage anyway, you have to have that room, that space. But then there's just basic safety things we went over, Ms. Petchwell's, just improvements. You know, something that sat around for a number of years without being really touched, things just start to decay. So, you know, there's a list of things I could share with you guys instead of.
I know Larry has the list.
And
and
I-
Larry does, Larry's
He's
very
been
helpful.
working on it.
Yeah, he's reached out to me multiple times.
Sad to
already.
say they put the dirt around the asphalt. It's probably all gonna be going in the next couple
Yeah, I
of
saw them
days.
down there.
It's probably
It's all
going
gonna
today.
wash away.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of your challenges, right? You have a tripping hazard, falling
Yeah.
hazard for kids.
No, he's got the list, and I told him, just start pecking away at the list.
And we appreciate it, because that's really what we need is the support.
Help
We're
me
gonna put the time-
understand the fence that you want taken down. Is that at the bench?
Along the roadway, you had an old, the wooden
No,
stop.
inside. There's
Okay, so how it works
by
is
the benches,
that.
I guess?
So how it works is that when you are on the bench, any organization, whether you go NHL, ball hockey, roller hockey, no one has a fence where the kids sit. They wear helmets, they have to wear helmets or they're not allowed on the bench. So what happens is, as a coach, you can't look down, you can't see anything that's going down on the side of the plays. Again, being a coach, it's really, you struggle because, and again, one of the things that we're hearing from people that are playing is that we love your rink. It's a great location, it's beautiful down there. However, as a coach, you can't really be a coach when you can't even look down. So, again, as I explained to Larry, no other organization, no one has it enclosed.
No,
So
no other rinks have that.
nobody has it.
And it's honestly, Mayor, it's not a big lift because it's not bolted in. It's the poles were pushed down, basically forced in, and they're held in by their own weight. So Larry and I looked at it, he could pull it out relatively easy because it's not bolted in.
Yeah, as long as
It's
no one
forced
else,
in.
like it's not required.
And it would come out in sections. It would come out in sections. It's not required. The kids have to wear a cage, not just a helmet, so they're fully covered at any time when they're on the rink surface.
What do
Yeah,
they
he's-
then fill the holes with that the posts are in?
You could use various things on the top of the boards.
It's on the exterior, the poles are on the exterior of the?
No, they actually go through the
They go
top.
through the,
Yeah.
through
So
the
top
walls.
of
it's
the-
on the top of the boards.
Okay.
And they're surrounded. I mean, the holes wouldn't be a hazard per se, but there
Okay.
is some various things you can put over it.
Okay.
And you want the fence removed at the bench area?
It's just at the
Yes.
bench area, right?
Okay,
So
that's
if you
what I
look at
thought I
a,
read.
Yeah, he has
if you
that.
look at
He's
it
been
like an
working on it.
NHL hockey game, the benches are open, then you
Yes,
look at
sir.
where the scorekeeper is, that's still fenced. So the middle's fenced.
Yes, sir.
It's about a 10-foot section on each side.
And I
I
think,
think he's gonna go down there and tear one of them sheds down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess you gave him a price, and we just gotta get a couple other prices for a new shed.
We'll
We'll
send you the
get that going.
quote, they did send it to
Yeah,
us.
so if you
for-
send that to Larry,
Mhm.
and then we'll get the other two quotes, he'll go out and get two more, and then we'll go from there with that.
I think that removing of that fence would take care of the paint spikes, because that's where it was, right?
Yes.
And I think I sent you an email with the bathroom facility code.
Yes.
So a lot of them are the little things, a lot of them are little things that
It's a lot of
Larry
little things,
can
yeah.
take care of. And then I think there's the bigger issues, the pricing of the shed, and then obviously the flooring and of what to do.
The safety lights is one other thing I forgot to
Yeah.
mention, for the complex, not just for us.
Right, yes, and that
It's-
was on there,
Right.
that here, so yeah, definitely, so I think it's a list to pick away at.
Well,
So,
for
and I know I
safety,
forwarded it to everyone to,
for safety
sure we
lights,
get
one of the things we were thinking of is that we're usually the last ones out.
Mhm.
And our games usually finish up around 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest in case we go into overtime. So safety lights are great. We were thinking about motion lights. We bought them for the snack stand, but then we didn't want to do that because you have neighbors across the way. So we want to make sure, we don't want to interfere. And the neighbors across have been fantastic. There's a brand new one, they've come over, said hello. The one has a special needs child, they came over and talked to us. But we also don't want to disrupt the neighborhood either with
Sure.
lights blaring in as well.
yeah.
You just know what it looks like out there when those lights go off. you know?
Yeah.
It's pitch black out there.
Yeah.
And,
You're the light man.
No, no.
I think there's still grant money, or capital money, excuse me, not grant money, capital money, that we never spent for bleachers. Because that was part of, for there and for the basketball court when they were put in. So I'll have to ask Robin to take a look and see if that money is still available. Yeah.
Well, I think you can just relocate a set of bleachers now.
Oh, for now, sure, because we're not using it for Little League.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
right. I guess.
And we talked to Larry about the bleachers, that's why I said, for the season, they're here, and then they go for baseball or football or
Sure.
basketball.
Mhm.
You know, they can move around the complex.
Yep.
He's punching away at it, so. We wanna get the shed done. Obviously, there's electric in there, so we gotta get the electrician involved. We'll have him look at the scoreboard thing, I guess, what's the buzzer and the timer, or?
Yeah, I said to Larry, I'll come out there with him, and we can pull the actual controller out and work with the electrician at the same time, and so we can figure out what it is. It's probably something pretty simple, honestly.
The timetable on getting the shed, I don't know what that is, you know.
So our season's almost over. We finish up in about 3-4 weeks. Then we have an all-star game, which all of you are invited to attend. It's a really great opportunity to see the kids and what they've learned this year. And then our travel season starts. We'd love to be able to host travel this year. Last year we couldn't because of the snow. It was literally like this thick on the rink. One thing to note too is that from where the rink is going, just from a safety perspective, we've had 3 sprained ankles already this year. So just so, because it literally is a good 3-inch dip where kids are running. So we've actually, one of our other board members is a flooring guy in a union. Probably
He
shouldn't say
fixed it
that.
up last year, didn't he?
He did.
He's been patching away. He's
Yes.
put Band-Aids on.
So,
He's put a lot of hours into it.
Sure, putting Band-Aids.
Do you have an idea how you can level that?
You'd probably have to redo the whole surface.
So you need to
Yeah.
pour a new slab, new
Yeah,
concrete.
You'd have to pick the boards up, that's why I said at that point, you might as well just get them ready for down the future, and you'd have to redo the whole thing. And at that point, you
How
can take
big
care
is
of
it?
your curtilage on the side, and make it wider for the walking space too.
What's the size of the rink, you know?
It's a regulation
regulation
rink, so
rink.
it's, what, about 120 by 60, something
yeah,
like
something
that?
like that, yeah, off the top of my head. So there is a company that I know that has done all the local rinks here. I've asked him for a quote for resurfacing and then for the deck. Obviously, the deck is a wish list, but for the resurfacing, which is the bare minimum to get it up to, we call up to code, I'm just waiting for them to get that to me. That's Area 51. Obviously, we'd want to get other quotes. I just happen to know him because he does all the rinks around here.
Ask them what the lifespan on that is, because more than likely it's every other year or something.
Should it be concrete, like, shouldn't we?
That would be the best approach, Mayor, because that would last the longest, and then you'd have the most stable base when it
And you
comes to
can
putting
fix
the
it.
top on.
You can cut it
fix
out and fix
concrete.
it. The
Yeah,
problem with
we-
asphalt is.
It's hard to fix it when it's only
It's
such a
not
little bit of
structural.
a.
It's direct sun too, so
Right.
you have direct sun. From a deck perspective, and again, I'm part of Gloucester Township as well. The concrete will last pretty much forever. They have a rink that's been there, and actually Belmar as well. They have rinks that are there 40 years. But from a deck perspective, they do need to be replaced every 10 years, and it's usually just the tile. Once the boards are lifted, because right now it's flush, right? So you have the actual board on the concrete. Once that's lifted up about an inch, what'll happen is that, and you put the new concrete down, or you want concrete, you don't want asphalt. Unless the land shifts,
Oh, if you're
You should be fine.
pouring a new, I haven't looked at it, I haven't been on that rink, so, but if you're pouring a new slab, you can go down, you don't have to go up. You're probably better off, you gotta get the asphalt out, you gotta get a base in.
I think
At
there's
that point, if
concrete
you
around
could,
the outer edge, isn't
you
there?
could have it,
No, there's not.
There's
there's
not?
nothing.
No, it's bolted directly to asphalt, and there's no, not that I could find, unless they just did it as footings under the boards or something.
I thought there was
The curb.
a curb of
No.
concrete around there.
But like Donna said, I mean, then you can, say every 10 years, then you replace the top, or longer, depending on how long it lasts. But you have to have everything, and you have to have the boards lifted, because this will actually, in the summer, will expand. That whole rink surface will expand a foot. That's another reason why you have it lifted, because these tiles expand in the heat. So, but that's future expansion.
And I guess, Dave, I know, because when one of my thoughts was before in the past, I guess one of my thoughts was, where is the township and where is rec with it? And then with sports, when we were getting involved down there with baseball and with football, and we always had to have the books open. And how does this work with helping with the shed and what have you? So on that end, I know both of us being on rec, I was
Right.
going to look to you
We've never had
guys.
any success with anybody sharing their books with us.
Because usually when the
down-
township gets involved, then we ask to share the books for
Understood.
the,
Yeah.
right, for the
Yeah.
taxing.
Now, that's not, let me rephrase
But I
that.
don't know,
Yeah. That's not true. What's
he's more
named-
seasoned at this than I am.
Little League gives us a spreadsheet, but no one has ever given us, a complete summary of, they show us their budget at the beginning of the year. And then we identify the areas so we can help them with respect to fertilization and lines and stuff like that there. We call it in-kind service by taking care of some of that stuff for them, yes. But football has never shared anything with us.
Right, and I
just-
think
just
we weren't
demands.
doing
Yeah.
them, right,
Yeah.
okay. So that's, I wanted to get your
Yeah.
opinion, of course, so I guess we'll chat
No problem.
about that later. And then, I don't want to keep holding up everybody's time, but I know, did you have any questions about the 501c? Because I know, Matt, did you?
We're pending.
You're
and
pending, okay.
Basically, we're just waiting for the approval. Everything's been backed up because of COVID.
Okay,
So-
that's where it is, okay.
But
Then
we
that's
are
what it
fully
was, 'cause I
insured.
was
Yeah,
talking
we're
to
fully
Matt.
insured and everything like that.
Okay.
But we're just waiting for the
Okay.
501c.
That's what, I was talking to Matt briefly about it, and then, so that's what it is COVID's
Yeah.
holding it up.
Nobody working from their office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They're out campaigning.
Great.
So he's plugging away, get him that estimate for the shed, and he'll get 2 more, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming out tonight and
Thank you,
sharing with us.
guys. Thanks for coming out and meeting with me last week.
I'm so happy you showed up.
Okay.
Can I get a motion to close the second
night.
public portion?
Well, I make a motion that we close the public portion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports. Heather, saw you jotting down something?
First, I want to say happy Halloween and please be safe in celebrating and trick-or-treating. So during that Sunday, is it 3 to 5? No, not 3 to
No, I
5.
think it's 4 to 7, I believe.
Brian?
What time is trick-or-treating?
Boy, what time sugar trip?
4 to 7.
So during that time from 4 to 7, please be safe on the roads and keep your eye out for our lovely trick-or-treaters. I want to say congratulations to Delsey football in the past week's game, and they won the Royal Division title. I also would like to wish Jake good luck in the upcoming election, and I would like to say, please, everyone get out and vote, that this year is a very critical year for the elections. If you would like to vote early, you can head over to the Williamstown Library, and they are open for the early voting, 713 Marcia Ave, Williamstown. Thank you.
Thanks, Heather.
So, well, thank you. She threw me off because you reminded me I actually have to go do that tomorrow because I'm going to be away next week. So thank you.
Another vacation, Jake.
I know. I'm
Her whole
hightailing
life,
out of here.
her whole life's been a
I'm
vacation.
hightailing out of here. So I was able to meet, well, obviously with Mike and Donna and Larry last week. So thank you to Larry for going over there and helping me kind of brainstorm,
Bless you.
Thank you.
the situation over there. And thank you guys all for your patience. I know I sent you the email with their lists and for dealing, helping with this. So hopefully we can get a lot of this worked out. And wish everybody a happy Halloween and congratulations with the JROTC, and thank you for everything they do each year with the Community Day. Good luck to you. What's that?
Shredding.
And the shredding event was awesome. And get out there and vote. Good luck to you, Jake. You know,
She wasn't there either?
I know,
She
you
was on
just wanted to make me
vacation.
look like a
Vacation?
joke. You guys are messing me all up. I had something else to say.
Your 5 minutes is up, man.
Yeah, it's
Where's
been
your
a while.
timer, Barb?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, well, everybody just have a safe and happy Halloween. We'll just leave it at that. And no, that's it. Cynthia, thank you for putting this together, and I'm very excited.
What about
Thank
Brian?
you. And Brian.
What about Brian?
Brian, of
Chop
course.
liver?
Thank you.
He's gonna be Santa.
Hey, no kidding.
See?
You're the brawn, she's the brains. Tim?
I think you guys covered everything.
That's it.
Dave?
I've been laid up with my bad back, but I did make it to the library meeting last week, and they're working feverishly on finalizing the plans for the remodel of the library down there. And so those of you who were at Community Day probably saw some of the renderings that were at their booth. But I think it's really going to come out nice, and trying to accommodate, not only will we have an expanded children's section, but we're going to have a teen section in the library also, as well as a dedicated room for computer, not only computer usage, but also computer training. I'm really happy and impressed with what they have put together, and we're going to be under budget. And we're at the last stages of getting the construction documents done before we can put it out for bid, but it's exciting. And again, that's at no taxpayer money. It was done with a grant in surplus that the library has accumulated over the years. So there's no special funding for that. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Real quick, happy Halloween, I guess. Don't show up in my house. I ate all the candy. Matt Lyons eats a lot of candy, I'm just gonna tell you. He likes
I'll be
candy.
over. I'll be over.
I do want to, and they left beforehand, but ROTC also, I see them at the football games. They help us at Community Day. We had the Shredder event. They were out there, worked the whole time. So they're really a great asset to the township and to the school district. Other than that, get out and vote. You don't have to vote for me if you don't want to. I'll be okay with it.
The important thing is to vote. That's a
The
great
important thing
privilege.
is to exercise your constitutional right to vote, unless you're a felon.
They can vote now, too.
They can vote now, too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, vote a couple times then.
Democrats want everybody to vote, yeah. So,
But, seriously, wasn't that bad this year. Campaign, silly season wasn't that bad, so I guess that's a good thing. And with that said, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming out.